Hello from Sapphire Falls. So myself and Brennan are heading to Halloween Horror Nights. We are staying at Sapphire Falls. We've already checked in. We had a full day at the parks today. And we're heading down to the water taxi to take that over to City Walk to go to Halloween Horror Nights. Traditionally, usually we start our Halloween Horror Nights videos at Halloween Horror Nights, but this is our first Halloween Horror Nights staycation where we're staying at a Universal Orlando resort and going to Halloween Horror Nights. Are you excited? Okay, so we made it onto the boat. There's the boat dock right back there. We are heading off to City Walk and to enjoy our night at Halloween Horror Nights. Okay, so we just got off the boat from Sapphire Falls, and of course our first stop was at Fat Tuesday, so Brittany could get herself a beverage.
As tradition.
Of course, so she's gonna go and finish this. I'm gonna get a drink inside the event. We have to finish this outside because separate liquor licenses and whatnot. But then we're gonna get inside and have some drinks and some food and watch some shows and go through the scare zones.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brennan is all done with her drink and we've made it over to the gates of Universal Studios Florida. We are heading inside for Halloween Horror Nights. It is a much different environment getting here after the event has already started. When the music is playing, the lights are on, you can see the fire in the distance. This is going to be exciting. All right, so we are inside Universal Studios Florida for Halloween Horror Nights. We checked out the wait times for the shows. So the Marathon of Mayhem is in about an hour, and then the Nightmare Fuel show is in about 2 hours. So we have a good amount of time to go through the scare zones and grab some food and drinks.
And check out the tribute store. We haven't done that yet.
That's true. So our first scare zone is 30 Years, 30 Fears, which I went in the opposite direction last time. So I guess it's pretty cool to go in this direction, heading towards the back of the park. Thankfully, this one is the most scary scare zone, and it's relatively quick compared to the length of the other scare zones. Hello. I'm not paying attention. Okay, off we go to, I guess, get some drinks. Hello. Okay, so what do you think of that scare zone? Not bad, right?
Not bad.
Pretty quick?
Very short.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I like it.
I really like this pumpkin over here. He's so cool.
The pumpkin? Yeah.
Ooh.
I knocked you down.
You got two. I'm very impressed. Oh, perfect! So Roy really wanted to get a plushie from Our Real Monsters, and it looks like that's exactly what he's gonna get.
Should I get this guy?
Which one?
This one? Should I get her?
I like her a lot, but which one's your favorite?
And there's also this guy.
Ooh.
I think I should get this one.
Do it.
Right? Alright. Will do. Okay, so our next stop after I won this guy, which I'm gonna have to carry around the entire rest of the evening, was to get a couple drinks. I got this mango dark rum drink with the souvenir cup. And then what'd you get there, Brennan?
This is the Wicked Old Fashioned. It's a mix between an Old Fashioned and a rum and coke.
Okay.
But you got the ghoul juice, and that's their signature drink. So if you've had the ghoul juice, that's what you got.
Right.
And then these are the confetti cake battered fried Oreos. I'm so excited.
Look at this, alcohol and fried Oreos and plushes. We are at the fair, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right, let's go find a place to eat this. So we're hiding behind the Seek and Destroy scare zone right now. This was definitely fun to get. One game was $8, or you could get one of these right here. No, don't knock them into the water. You can get one of these game passes where it's $30 for 5 games, and it doesn't expire.
He's
so I can play.
Be so cute on our knick-knack shelf in your film room, though.
I know, and I can play more games now, like at Krusty Land or over at Jurassic Park. So go ahead and eat those.
Okay,
Let's see the true reaction. Is it good?
Very comforting.
Awesome. Okay, so now I think we are heading inside the Halloween Horror Nights tribute store. It looks a little busy over here, but Brennan has not yet seen it. And we have just enough time to do this and then head over to the show. So this is the first room of the Halloween Horror Nights store with the organ. This is really cool. And the fireplace right over there. And then the second room, which is, I'd consider this the library. If the front room was the foyer, and this is the study, more or less. So this is the conservatory, which I think I called the greenhouse last time, and then this leads into what I called the farm, or not the farm, the barn. And I'm pretty sure this is more of a stable back over here. And this is where you can buy all the food, and it looks like there's a pretty long line for it. So that was a very long line to check out. So we may come back a little bit later, maybe just during the daytime, to get some snacks, but now we're heading over to Central Park for Marathon of Mayhem. Okay, so we're gonna come back for the Seek and Destroy Scare Zone maybe a little bit later. Wanted to take our time in there because we have about 10 more minutes to make it over to the lagoon for the next show. Okay, so we made it over to Mel's Die-In, and the lagoon is right next to this. It is really dark over here. Looks like we made it just in time for the Marathon of Mayhem Carnage Factory. Okay, so we're gonna try to find spots along the rail over here. We've seen this show before, unless they've changed it at all, but it was a very cool show to see last time.
Hello and welcome.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, the things that torture you in the deepest corners of your mind will be painfully explored.
So I totally take that back. Of course, the show is completely different because all the intellectual properties in the original houses are different than the other time that we saw this. Okay, so now we're heading back over to the Kids Zone area to potentially get some food over here before we have to head over to the Fear Factor stage for our next show in about 45 minutes. And the food that we got was right over here at the Haunting of Hill House booth, where Brennan got what I got last time, literally, which is the stuffed brisket and the Boston tea, not the Boston Tea Party.
The poison tea party.
The poison tea party. All right, Brennan, so what did you think of your poison tea party and your brisket sandwich?
The poison tea party is delicious, but it's too small for what I wanted it to be. Like,
Really?
I want it to be like the size of the drinks everywhere else. The brisket, absolutely delicious. I would get it again. It felt so comforting on my stomach, like with all of the other sugary stuff that I've had tonight. Like, it was so good. It was great.
Really wanted to get it again, but I don't know. I want to try something a little bit different, and I think I want to get something at the first booth that we got drinks at a little bit earlier, but after we go to our next show.
Yeah.
Nightmare Fuel. Okay, we're passing through the Simpsons area. We have about 15 minutes, I think, 20 minutes to make it over to the Fear Factor stage to hopefully catch the very final show of, oh, what's the name of it? I already forgot.
Nightmare Fuel.
Nightmare Fuel, thank you. So we're here on a Thursday tonight, and it is substantially busier than it was on a Saturday when I came a few days ago. Okay, so we made it over to the Fear Factor stage for Halloween Nightmare Fuel. Okay, so we found the very end of the line for Halloween Nightmare Fuel. This is a long line, so I don't know if we actually will make it into this show. We'll try. That line started all the way down by Diagon Alley, and I think that we're good now. But wow, there are a lot of people in this line. Okay, we are definitely good to make it into this next show. Not really sure what sort of a seat we're going to be having. I'm pretty surprised. There were a lot of people in the line. I forgot how big this stage was for this theater. Okay, so we found our seats. They said that video recording and photos are not allowed during this performance, so I think we're just gonna have to enjoy it. And we'll see you in just a second. This is huge. This is such a huge theater. The energy here is so incredible. I'm excited. Okay, so we are all done with the Halloween Nightmare Fuel show. That was incredible, wasn't it? Okay, so I think we're gonna head over towards the Wizarding World area to try to regroup potentially over there, get out of the crowd. So there were so many incredible pyrotechnics and aerial stunts they were doing.
Magic tricks. I was so impressed by the magic tricks that were done during that show.
Right?
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. I'm kind of glad that we weren't allowed to film it because then I got to actually like enjoy it. Not that I don't enjoy what I film, but you know what I mean? I got to really pay attention to the subtleties.
Come back next year.
Okay, so we came into Diagon Alley just to see what the crowds look like in here, which are, as usual, pretty non-existent, pretty quiet. There are still people here, without a doubt, and I'm pretty positive that Gringotts is open right now, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
I think so too. Okay, well that's pretty much all we wanted to see. It was just what the crowds looked like, so we walked back to Gringotts, and we're heading back out. They just closed up the line for Gringotts because the rides closed a little bit earlier on Halloween Horror Nights tonight compared to the houses, right, Hagrid? Okay, so we have now done all of the shows that we wanted to do, so that's good. Those were only time-sensitive activities tonight, and now we can enjoy the rest of the scare zones and maybe potentially do a house. The music is almost cheerful in the Crypt TV scare zone right now. It's not even ominous. I would just describe it as being pleasant, which is odd. It's still pretty busy right now, but I'm enjoying the music. So that was pretty much it. Just walking through the Crypt TV scare zone. Not really a lot of scares here, but it's still pretty cool. Okay, so this is gonna be our first official walkthrough together of Seek and Destroy. So let's see if Brennan likes it. I love the spotlights in this scare zone. They just make everything so much more ominous and cool. The sirens also, of course. We've almost made it to the very end. This is the longest scare zone, without a doubt. Do you like it?
So far, so good.
So what I think I want to do is go get some food on the other side. The Seek and Destroy scare zone, sort of back over here. This is where Brennan got her first drink a little bit earlier. All right, so I got the food that I wanted the most, which is this jacked up slider, which has donuts for the buns and a little patty. We got some chips here, and then Brennan and I are gonna split this right here. Brennan got this earlier. This is the wicked old fashioned whiskey and Coke. So that's gonna be good. Okay, so I finished my slider, which was phenomenal. That was absolutely worth it, and I'm so excited that I got it.
It was really good.
And now we're gonna head through the rest of the scare zone and then back, I think, over towards Beetlejuice. Okay, so we're heading back through 30 Years, 30 Fears, and then we're gonna go down Hollywood Boulevard, and then through the Gorewood Forest, all the way back to Beetlejuice, because Brennan wants to do Beetlejuice. And here we are heading through Lights, Camera, Action, which looks phenomenal at night. The guy with the chainsaw got me really good a second ago. Like really, really good. Woo! I get more scared in scare zones than I do in the houses. What do you think of this scare zone?
It's fun. It's like the most lively scare zone we've been in.
It has.
I'm actually nervous to be in it.
Me too. The fog, the strobing lights. It's terrifying, but it's also like really fun.
It is fun.
And here we are heading into the Gorewood Forest, the final scare zone that Brennan needs to experience. We have a cohesive scare zone evening at Halloween Horror Nights tonight. Brennan is mesmerized. This is so awesome. I really do love the lights in the trees. That's really what makes it for me in this scare zone. Just how they light this scare zone in particular here every single year. Okay, so we're almost out of the scare zone. This one's a little bit shorter as well. But it's not that short, especially compared to 30 Years, 30 Fears. Hello.
Hi.
You're just saying hi to everybody?
It's polite.
Okay, so Horror Nights closes in about half an hour, and well, Beetlejuice was posting a 35-minute wait, but now it's posting a 50? Now it's a 45-minute wait. Okay, I don't know what it's gonna be posting. We'll see. Okay, so there's a little bit of a line for this, heading out to the kid zone area, but it still shouldn't take that long. It's pretty incredible how this area here, the Curious George area, is being utilized for the queue. There are a good amount of down and backs and stanchion setup for Beetlejuice that I did not encounter the other night. Okay, so that took about maybe 20 minutes or so, but we're about to head backstage and then over to the Beetlejuice house. All right, and here we go into Beetlejuice. I am so excited for Brennan to do this house. I think she's gonna have a pretty good time. All right, so it is now 1 o'clock in the morning. The event is over. We just got out of Beetlejuice. And what did you think?
I loved it.
Brennan loved it.
Roy was a big help because he had been through the house already, so he was able to help like warn me about where potential scares were, which like really helped my experience, and the fact that I've seen the movie and I love the movie and I kind of knew what to expect going throughout the scenes, it helped a lot. So
This is a big deal.
this is the first house that I've left happy and not like anxious or nervous or scared. Like I enjoyed my time in the house and I had a lot of fun.
I'm so happy. But now it is very late and it is time to head back to
It's time to go to bed.
the resort. So the scare zones are now closed. All the scare actors are gone. So we're just heading through the creepy abandoned scare zone back to the front of the park. Okay, the lights just came on in the scare zone, which is pretty interesting. Heading back through lights came in action. I'm wondering what the wait time for the boat is gonna look like. Because if there are a lot of people, then we might just walk back. Wow, there are a pretty good amount of people heading out of the park right at park close. What a surprise! The lines don't look too long for the boats, but Sapphire Falls is going to be the one at the very end right there. Alright, so that is the line for Sapphire Falls, which is probably 2 boats worth of people, so we're going to go ahead and walk back to Sapphire Falls. Okay, and about 10 minutes later we made it back to Sapphire Falls. We were beaten by this boat, but I don't think that we would have made it onto that boat, so hopefully we got here quicker than we would have if we had waited. And here we are, back upstairs in the lobby, heading to our room. All right, so we made it back up into the room. I would say that we had a pretty successful night at Halloween Horror Nights, getting to eat a lot of the food, have a few drinks, getting to do all the scare zones.
Go through a house.
Successfully going through a house, getting to do both of the shows. I won Crumb from Real Monsters, and now I have a little game card to play in the future at Universal, which is so cool. I'm so happy I won this. I never win anything when it comes to Carnival games on my first try. So that was it. Thanks for hanging out with us, getting to go to Halloween Horror Nights together for the very first time. Maybe we can make another trip in the future.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll figure it out. But we've had a very long day. We went to Universal earlier this morning, and then we went back for Halloween Horror Nights tonight. So it's been...
We are tired.
It's been a day. And we still have a couple more days here. All right, so we'll see you soon. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.